Hello, and welcome. Today is going to be a different video. It's not a rant. It's actually just a bit of nostalgia for me. So I made a video talking about how the DLC characters so far haven't really appealed to me because I've never played their games. And, you know, that's just how it is. I never really played their games because either one, I couldn't, because I was a GameCube boy. I had a GameCube and I had a DS, so I don't remember a Persona or Banjo game being on the Game Boy or DS. I mean, maybe Dragon Quest, but yeah, but I do want to talk about characters that didn't just me, who did make it into Smash, particularly the third parties. And basically, I'm going to be talking about PacMan, Sonic, Mega Man, Ken, Simon, not Richter, I'll explain why in a second, but and Bayonetta. So let's go in order of remembrance with the first time I played these guys. Played their games. Remember, these are unscripted. I should say that already. But PacMan. So I played PacMan. He was my first video game I've ever played on a phone, which is weird, I know, but I played it. I believe someone related or not related, I don't quite remember. They let me use their phone in a church. I was like a young boy, like 4 or 5, whatever, and I played under the church chairs playing Pac-Man. Yeah, that was it. You know, I did play Pac-Man World on the Game Boy, but my history with Pac-Man is like 2 games. But those 2 games are filled with... No, actually I played 3 Pac-Man games. Pac-Man Travelers in Time? It was a PC game. Yeah, I played that too. Oh, I literally just remembered right now. Recording this, okay. But like, yeah, no, I had a lot of history with Pac-Man in terms of his game, so when I saw him revealed for Smash, I was so happy. I was so happy, because it was like, oh my goodness, a part of my childhood is in Smash. And when he had the B and had like the Mappy trampoline, I was like, yo, Mappy! Oh, my boy Mappy, is he gonna get in Smash? No, but that would be great. Oh man, if Mappy got into Smash, oh, I can vision the moveset right now. But enough of that. I love Mappy. Oh man, yeah, like, funny enough, I did grow up a lot with Namco arcade games, and Pac-Man was one of them. I even played some of his platformers, you know, like the World games. I played the World games, and I treasure a lot of those memories because Pac-Man was such a big influence in terms of my gaming experience, which is weird. I didn't think Pac-Man would be like... thinking about it, like, it's really weird for Pac-Man to be my first ever impact in terms of gaming, but Pac-Man was like, oh my goodness, like, I was like, you wouldn't believe how relieved I was when it was revealed that he had his Pac-Man World design. Well, it's Pac-Man Land technically, but I know it from World, and I was so happy when I saw it. When I saw his big goofy Pac-Man eyes and all that, I was so, oh my goodness. Like, I remember when he was revealed, because this was like back in closed doors when they revealed him. Nintendo put out an image using with Game & Watch and the Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures design. And they took down that tweet. Because Game & Watch wasn't technically confirmed, even though he wasn't in the trailer, they didn't technically confirm him, which was really weird. But with Pac-Man, they didn't even use that design, they used classic Pac-Man, so I was so happy, and I was so relieved that Pac-Man was of that design, because again, that's the design I grew up with. That's like a treasure to me. I love the Pac-Man World design, so I was so happy to see it return such glorious high definition quality, even though I played the 3DS version. But still, I was really happy. I was really happy. And then I guess I should bring up Mario, since he was my first console game, but it was actually Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube. I never even played like Melee. Like, Melee wasn't my first game, nor was Sunshine or whatever. It was Double Dash, which was really weird. I remember I played that game and I did so bad. I was like, why did I get 8th place? I don't understand. But I was a little kid, so obviously I didn't know any better when I was young. But as I got older, I got better at the game. And you know, Mario was like my first console experience, so I do owe a bit of credit to Mario as well. I really do.
But but what really got me going was Sonic right afterwards. Sonic was such a big influence on my life. I not even like as gaming, just in my personal life in general. I got the Mega Collection on the GameCube, and I was so happy to play the game, all the games they had. Like I played Sonic 1, Sonic 2. I never beat them when I was a kid, but I was like, yo, like Sonic, it's like Sonic's so fast and he turns into a ball. He's really cool. And I was like, oh my goodness. Oh man, bringing back happy memories. I did beat Sonic 3 though, and I beat Sonic and Knuckles. And when I unlocked Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I was like, yo, you're telling me this game? I just unlocked another game. It was Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles combined, but like I treated it as a new game. And to this day, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is still my favorite 2D Sonic game. Maybe not my favorite Sonic game, like maybe not. Actually, I might say it is, but like 2D wise, it is definitely my favorite. I have so many cherished memories with that game. I still love that game. And the Mega Collection still had the Michael Jackson soundtrack, I think it was. So I got to hear the good soundtrack with Ice Cap and all that. I was like, oh my goodness, it was like a dream come true. Oh man, like Sonic, and like I love Sonic so much that I was like, I drew him. Like he was like one of my first few drawings ever. Like I used to draw like stick figures, but with Sonic's quills and all that. Like Sonic to me was such a big important deal in my life. I don't feel like he's represented well in Smash, but I'll get into that in another video. I don't want to rant. I just want to praise these characters. And then afterwards, I'm grouping Mega Man and Ryu and Ken together because I played them around the same time, and on the same device too. Because it wasn't like a Street Fighter collection. It wasn't a Mega Man collection. I played Mega Man 2 and Street Fighter 2. I remember them vividly. I was like, like Street Fighter 2 and Mega Man 2, like, oh my goodness, I've never played a fighting game up until then, and playing a run and gun platformer, and Mega Man 2 ended up being my second favorite. Funny enough, my second favorite Mega Man game of all time. My number one being 10. I love Mega Man 10 to death. And I'm not even counting the Battle Network games. Like, oh my goodness, like my favorite Mega Man game of all time is Mega Man 0, and tied with Mega Man Battle Network 5. Both versions. I love Battle Network, and I love the Zero games. Oh my goodness, like I grew up with those games, and but I grew up with classic Mega Man first. And I remember I saw Sonic return in Smash 4, and I was like, I kept begging my mom to buy me this game. I was so happy. I was so cheerful because I was like, yo, my favorite characters are in Smash. Like, ah! I mean, up until then, I didn't have like I did have a love for Isaac, but like above all, I had a love for these third parties even more so because I grew up with them before Golden Sun. But like, oh my goodness, like Mega Man and Sonic and Mario and PacMan all being in the same game, I knew how to have it. And then Ryu was DLC, and I was like, oh my goodness, it was so amazing. And on Street Fighter 2, I played Ryu, I played Ken because I couldn't play any other character. You wanna know why? Because I played Mega Man 2 and Street Fighter 2 on a flip phone. Yeah, pretty awkward, I know, to have played Mega Man 2 and Street Fighter 2 on a mobile phone. But I still loved those games. Even though I played them on a flip phone, which wasn't ideal, I still beat Mega Man 2. I beat the arcade runs of Ryu and Ken when I was a kid. I couldn't beat Zangief's or anything, because obviously, again, I was on a phone. But like I have fond memories with these franchises, and it's pretty weird. And I was gonna bring up Bayonetta in this too, and that's because Bayonetta and Castlevania. I played the classic Castlevania games around this time. At the same time, I was playing Bayonetta 1. So I played Castlevania on an emulator when I was discovering them. Basically, I played Portrait of Ruined. I've played the first game, and believe it, and I played Super Castlevania 4. That one, oh my, I love Super Castlevania 4. My favorite 2D Castlevania. I haven't played Rondo of Blood, nor do I have access to it, so yeah, but that's why I don't have any experience with Richter. I didn't play Rondo of Blood or Symphony of the Night because I didn't have a PlayStation 1, and I didn't know of any Castlevania collection on like Nintendo systems. So yeah, but I did play Super Castlevania 4, and I played Bayonetta 1 around the same time. Now with I played 4 on my phone because it wasn't like a computer emulator, it was on a phone emulator. So imagine that. Yeah, I don't know how I did it either. I beat the game too. That was a weird part. I beat the game with a phone emulated Castlevania experience. I don't know how. I really don't. Even to this day, I still question it. But hey, I did it, right? Which also is kind of the same mentality I have with Bayonetta, because with Bayonetta it was a gift. I kind of knew about Bayonetta because I remember people were speculating her for Smash, but I never played the games up until that point. And this was like long before she was announced as a DLC fighter. So I played Bayonetta 1 on the PS3. I was gifted the PS3 version. And probably not the best way to do it. Not gonna lie, it probably wasn't the best. But I did play. I did play it, and despite the issues, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed Bayonetta 1. So I had an experience with her, and she didn't leave as much of an impact to me, but that's mostly due to the version I was playing, and not really herself as a character, really. I don't blame Bayonetta, me not enjoying Bayonetta as I did the other characters I just mentioned, because the game wasn't fun for me. It's because the version of the game I was playing wasn't very good. So what can I say? Bad luck right there. But yeah, like I wanted to be nostalgic about it because I made so many rants. But I I know people may have looked into my why the DLC characters don't appeal to me video and say, oh, he never grew up. He's not a boomer. Like I was like, yeah. I mean, I was born in 1999. I don't know if that counts. I don't what Generation X, whatever. But even though I didn't grow up with those characters who are DLC right now, especially, I mean, I really couldn't grow up with Joker technically, because I mean I could have, but like in 2006, right? But I mean I didn't have any interest, you know. It's, you know, with those characters, I didn't grow up with them. That doesn't mean I hate them being in Smash or anything. It just means I didn't grow up with them, and that's why they didn't appeal to me. But the characters beforehand, now, like, they've always appealed to me because of how I grew up. I grew up playing Street Fighter, I grew up playing Mega Man, I grew up playing Sonic, Mario. Like, there are even so many other franchises that I'm not talking about because I'm only talking about third parties. But like, if I were to go into it, like, I played Fire Emblem, I played Donkey Kong Country, I played Kirby, Yoshi. Like, there's so many franchises. I played Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's Island DS. But you know, like, a lot of these franchises I did play, so like, I know it may seem greedy. It's like, well, why do you want Isaac still? I'll make a video about that later. Just know I will. But like, I don't know. Like, it's so surreal to me to still have all these characters in this one game. And, like, if you were to tell me as a kid, I would have Sonic, Mario, PacMan, Mega Man, Simon, Ryu, Ken, you know, all these characters in one game, I wouldn't believe you, because I didn't think that it would ever be possible, and we're living in an era where it happened, and I can't be any more happy about it. Like, I really just can't. It's so weird that a lot of the games I played as a child really just got in, but, you know, I guess that's Sakurai magic, right? So yeah, you know, I'm really happy with who's in. I'll make an Isaac video separate. I'll explain that situation out of it, but later. But I really just wanted to make a more fun, loving video because I don't hate everything. I do love things, and yeah, that's basically it in terms of my nostalgic experiences with these characters. You know, I hope, I mean, in terms of their current state now, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate. Like, Mega Man's rising up again, Street Fighter is in a bad spot, Sonic's in a bad spot. Pac-Man has, I don't even know. Like, Pac-Man's such a weird spot. I haven't gotten Bayonetta 2 and 1 on the Switch. I plan on to eventually, but right now I don't have the games. I will buy them though, definitely. Yeah, I really haven't caught up with my childhood as much as I would like to. Or, well, when I did, it just didn't turn out. It turned out pretty bad, but regardless, it still brought a lot of memories, and I'm not gonna take that away from these characters that I love so much. And that's sort of what I wanted to talk about, because it may not seem like I grew up as a child playing these old classic characters, but you know, I played a lot of classic games. I didn't have access to many because I wasn't the richest kid out there, but I heavily enjoyed a lot of these franchises that are in, and you know, it's just very, makes me happy, makes me really happy. And that's where I want to leave it off at. Thank you for listening. This was kind of a long one, but I couldn't help myself. I love these characters and the franchises, and I'm so glad I had a childhood with these fighters. It's honestly amazing. So yeah, peace.